Well, hi there, everybody. Name's Travis, but my friends call me Bear Belly. Hopefully you will too. So I'm here today. Well, let's talk about why I'm here today. Got a call from Beast the other day, wanting to cover a topic that he's covered numerous times, but the problem is, and there is a problem, the problem is some of you just don't get it. Now, I'm not calling you stupid, alright? Nobody said you was stupid, dummy. Alright? What I'm saying is you're technically challenged, and that's why Bear Belly's here. I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna walk you through. We're gonna put the helmet on. We're gonna tighten up the chin strap, and we're gonna get the drool cup right here, little buddy, so that you don't knock your noggin. Make sense to you, son? Ooh, wait, pardon me. Hang on, man. Tuna. Gets me every goddamn time. Ugh, it stinks. So we're gonna head over to the computer right now. Somebody crack a window, please. We're gonna head over to the computer, and I'm gonna show you how to do this. Alrighty, so as you can see, we are on 4.86. Now, as we discussed in previous videos, 4.85 and 4.86 on Rebug does not offer a complete firmware. It's light only. And I'm going to tell you right now, I don't like my Bud Light, and I most definitely don't like my Women Light, if you know what I mean. But we're going to go to 4.84. So in order to do that, we are going to have to downgrade our firmware. So let's get over to the PC, and I'm going to show you exactly what we need to do. We're going to pull this up right here, drop this down right here. Yes, sir, son. So you are going to download this folder right here. Now, the link will be in the description. Now, listen very closely. The description is right below the video, but don't tell anybody. Click show more if you don't see it. Once you get this folder, look at here. You're going to go ahead and right click and extract it. And once you do that, it's going to give you this folder right here. I'll be damned. Let's open it up. Now, inside is everything you're going to need, little buddy. You have the 3.55 firmware, the version 3.755 firmware, and then ultimately where we want to go on the 4.84 firmware. So you are going to put your thumb drive in, and I'm telling you what, you are going to right click on that thumb drive. You're going to go to properties, and you want to well, I'll tell you what, we're going to make this lifelike. Let's go ahead and stick our thumb drive in. Did you hear the ding? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So once you put your thumb drive in, you want to right click, go to properties, and I'm telling you what, it needs to be FAT32. FAT32. Now, who doesn't like a fat 32-year-old? You! I could go for one. Hell, I could go for two. So, once it's formatted to FAT32, we're going to get back here. You're going to take all of this right here, and you're going to copy it, every bit of it, right over to your thumb drive. Whoop, let's get it all. Right click, copy, put it on your thumb drive. Now, in order for the PS3 to read the firmware, you have to open, he's already created the folders for you. Folder capital PS3. Inside there's a folder that says update. And inside there is where you'll put your firmware. So, since we're just starting off, now keep this in mind. If you are already on your system on 4.84, you can skip these first two firmwares. Pardon me. Now you know why he has me helping the phonics. You skip all that and you're just going to go right to the 4.84. Now, in this case, as I've showed you, I'm on 4.86. So what we're going to do is we are going to put this firmware, well, we're not just going to drag it. We're going to right click. We're going to copy. We're going to open up the PS3, open up the update, and we are going to paste. Now, once that's done, we have to rename it. Now, again, he only named it this way so you know which one was which. But it has to say PS3 update.pop. Pop. Look at me. I'm telling you, the smell still hit me from that shit. Okay, now we're good to go. So now we're going to go ahead and put the PS thumb drive over in the PS3 in the right hand socket. And let me show you how to put the system in safe mode. Alrighty now. So what we have to do to install this here firmware is pretty simple. We're going to go ahead and put this here PS3 into what's called safe mode. Safe mode, can you believe that? Who came up with that genius idea? That's pretty slick. So it's fairly simple. Now, Depending on what firmware you are on currently, you may be installing all three of these firmwares. So keep in mind, son, if you're installing all three of these, you are going to need to repeat this procedure all 3 times. So let's go ahead and get into it. The first thing we want to do is we're going to power on the PS3 and we're going to hold down that power button. Watch this. Don't blink. Woo, there we go. Now what's going to happen here is it's going to beep 2 times. Not once, but twice. As soon as it finishes, this doggone thing's going to shut right off. Watch it. I'm not lying to you. Then we're going to quickly power it back on. And it's going to beep once. And then I'll be dipped in shit. It's going to beep twice. Listen closely. Woo! Now see, that wasn't so hard, son. That wasn't so hard at all. So now we're going to go back over to the computer, and I'm going to show you how to go ahead and install all this firmware. Let's get there. Alrighty. So here we have the PS3, and it's in safe mode. It's in safe mode, son. So what we're going to do, I've got my controller plugged in. I've got my thumb drive. Sorry, I'm tripping all over my lips. My thumb drive in the right-hand socket, and I'm going to go ahead and hit that there PS button. Ooh, there we go. All right, now we got 6 choices. I don't want you to be confused. You know why? Because you only need to go to number 6, system update. And once you get there, you're going to go ahead and smash that X button. Let's do it, B. All right. Now, this is the important part. It's telling you to connect the storage media, so hit the pause button, okay? Hit the fucking pause button. Again, as I stated earlier, if you are on 4.84 firmware, which is our goal, that's where we want to be, then you don't need to do this shit right here. You can install, and when I say this shit, you do need to do it, but you could go straight to 4.84 firmware. 4.84. But of course, if you're on 8.5 or 8.6 firmware, like we are here, we have to install the 3.55 firmwares. So all I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to hit the start and select button, and it's going to check. Now, sometimes this shit runs like molasses, but the longer it checks, generally the better it is. So we're going to let it go ahead and find this here firmware, and we're going to pick it up there. Alrighty, so as you can see, it's preparing to update, so we're kind of going to let it do its thing. You will have to accept the terms, and we're going to go ahead and get this firmware installed, and we'll go ahead and pick it up right there. I promise you. I'm still here. I hadn't forgot about you. It's still installing the firmware. I'm going to grab me a Pabst Blue Ribbon. We'll be right back as soon as it finishes. Alrighty, we are finished. So now we're going to move to a very important step here. We're going to get in here, and we are on Rogero's 3.55. Now we got to QA toggle this son of a bitch. So what we're going to do, and again, because we already have this on the thumb drive, we're going to go over to install packages, and you are going to go down to, well, holy shit, I got the wrong thumb drive in. You're going to have to excuse me just a moment. Just a second. All right, we're back. So you're going to go ahead and click on install packages, and you'll see your toggle QA. You're going to click on that, and we're going to let it install. Perfect. Now what you want to do is you want to go down and you want to hit your X button. Now typically it'll give you a triple beep, and as soon as you hear that there triple beep, system's going to restart, and now it's going to bring it back up, and we're going to be ready to rock and roll here. So what you want to do now, just to make sure, you're going to scroll over to your settings column, scroll all the way back to network settings, and basically what you want to do is you are going to hold your L1, L2, your R1, R2, you're going to put the left joystick, the L3, and hit up on the D-pad. Whoop, I'm sorry. No, you don't want to do that. And we just want to make sure you're going to hit down on the D-pad. I always get fucking confused on that. So L1, R1, L2, R2, L3 joystick, and down on the D-pad, and that lets me know that we are QA toggle. So we're going to go ahead and shut the system off, and now you're going to follow the video from earlier, and you're going to put the system back in safe mode. Let's get there. Alrighty, now we're back in safe mode again. Here we go again. So you're going to go ahead and hit that PS button. Go down to System Update. I do want to show you something here. Now you'll notice it says connect storage media that contains update data of version 9.99. What the fuck? Now as you know, and as I know, there's no such thing that exists. This is the purpose of 3.55 firmware version 3.7. This fixes that error. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and hit start and select. And we're going to let this son of a bitch find that firmware, and we're going to pick it up there. There you go. So now it's preparing to update again. We're going to go ahead and let this here firmware get installed, and then we're going to go to 4.84. Can't wait. I tell you, I'm puckered up underneath, man. I am so excited to get there. Let's go ahead and hit this pause button. Alrighty. And now we've got 355 version 3.7 all the way installed. Now it is time for 4.84. Yes, sir. So all we're going to do at this point, ladies and gentlemen, is we're going to scroll over. And again, just like I showed you earlier in the video, we are going to put the system back in safe mode and install our final firmware. Let's do it. Alrighty, so again, we're going to hit the PS button. We're going to go down to System Update. And of course, now you see it's fixed. It says connect storage media of 3.55 or later. Fuck it, A. Alright, so all we're going to do is hit the Start and Select button. And it is going to go ahead and locate that there firmware. And we're going to get it installed. And then I'm going to show you how to set up everything on it, package files, and convert to DEX. We'll be right back now, you hear? Alrighty now, we are ready to rock and fucking roll. So we're going to go ahead and accept our HDMI input. Yes, I can read. And congratulations, ladies and gentlemen, you are now on Rebug 4.844 firmware. Now, what to do next? Well, the first thing is we don't need the toggle QA, so we're going to go ahead and delete that. Get that shit off there. Now, again, because you copied everything over to your thumb drive, you're going to go to your package manager, install packages, and go down to standard where it says install from the root of your storage device. And you'll notice now, of course, I've got extra shit on here that you don't pay attention to it. First thing we want to do is, well, you know what, let's back up a bit. Go into the package manager, go into install packages, and go to the PS3 system storage. Here you'll get your Rebug toolbox. I always install things in a particular order because I'm a particular man. So let's back it up. Now we're going to go into the package manager, install packages, down to standard, and the next thing I like to install is webMAN mod. And we're going to continue this process, people. Just follow along. Again, don't bump your head on the window, little Johnny. Now we're going to hit package manager, install standard. We'll put in control manager, Cappy. And of course, we're going to go back in again. Now we're going to install our PSN stealth patch. And last but not least, we're going to go ahead and install Multi-Man. Now again, I don't put the latest version. I know Beast don't either. So if you want the latest version, go ahead. Much ado about nothing. And now that we're finished up for this. Okay. Now we have everything installed we want to install. So let's convert this son of a bitch to DEX. You're going to open up the Rebug toolbox. So the first thing we want to do, ladies and gentlemen, is you're going to scroll over to the settings selector column, I apologize, and you want to switch your debug menu to DEX. Very quick to do. Now you want to go over and you'll notice your toggle QA is already enabled. Now, if you went straight to 4.84, it'll be disabled. It'll look just like this. Because we had to toggle QA for the other two firmwares, that's why it's showing enabled. So again, you want to make sure it's enabled, and then what you want to do is go up to the dump EID root key, and you're going to go ahead and hit X, and you're going to hit yes. Now, generally, it'll chip a beep. If it does it right away, you're probably going to have to do it again. So you want to go ahead and slow down, reboot and redo it if it does it quickly. But there you go. It took about 10 to 15 seconds. That's about right. And now what's going to happen is it's going to fire back up, and we're going to go ahead and get this thing converted over to DeX. Once you're fired back up, ooh, it's getting close. Now I'm starting to get a chub. It's getting exciting here. Once it's fired back up, you're going to go ahead and open your rebug toolbox again. Again, I'm trying to tell you, son, one more time. Once this thing opens up, we're going to go ahead and we're going to scroll over to our DeX sex column, which is right here. You want to go down to rewrite target ID in Flash, select yes. And then, of course, you want to go up to swap LV2 kernel, and you want to hit OK. This does require a reboot. I repeat, this does require a reboot. It's going to do it all on its own, so don't you go worrying about it. But now, congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. You are now officially on DeX, which is 10 times better than the other motherfucker, Sex. And yes, it's pronounced, enunciated, Sex. Look it up. So now that we're done there, we're going to go back over. You're going to go to webMAN mod, and you are going to hold your L1 button as it shows you on the screen there, and hit the X button for the full edition. We're fucking cooking right now. Yeah, we're cooking. So again, this is going to reboot up. Just because we got the package files installed doesn't mean they're quote unquote completely installed. So we're doing that right now. Now, typically, before you move to the next step, you want to wait in the top right screen until you see webMAN loaded. Otherwise, it just black screens. So there you see it's loaded. So we're going to wait for that to disappear. There you go. Now I'm going to install Control Console. Now, as soon as this gets up here, you're just going to select yes, yes, and yes. Okay, yes. Okay, okay. So it ain't yes, yes, and yes. It's okay, yes, and okay. So now we're going to fire back up here, and now this is the very important part. See, when you convert to DeX, it switches your target ID, and I'm going to show you exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. So we're fired back up here. Let's get over here right now. Come on, kiddo. Let's move, son. All right. Now you want to go up to webMAN Games, webMAN Setup, PS3 webMAN Setup. Let's open this bitch up. Now, you do have an opportunity to set your fan here. So I'm going to go ahead and set my fan, my lowest fan setting to 40. And as you hear, this is starting to cook up because the chips are running kind of high right now. I have not repasted this yet, and I don't intend to. That's Beast's job. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go down here to IPDS and MEM setup. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Now, you want to check this little box here in the beginning. Then you want to go over and hit this little underscore box right there so you can see the numbers. So right here, that 82 is your region code. You need to switch it to your region. Now, being as we are in the US of A, I know it's 84. So I'm going to go ahead and hit 4. Then what I want to do is you're going to hit your R1 button, scroll all the way to the end, and you are going to back out of there with the circle button. Now you want to go down to the bottom, and you're going to hit that there save button. Awesome. Now go up to the top. You're going to click the here. Literally click on the word here to restart your console. Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. You are now officially on DeX, and you are ready to install some games. Let's get this bitch back up and running. Sounds like a flipping jet right now. There, slow down, bitch. Slow down. Here we go. So, of course, the next step and the last final step would be to install games. We're not covering that there in this particular video, but you'd go here to Multi-Man, you'd install that, and then again, you can install or copy or do whatever games you want. So, let's wrap this up, folks. That's pretty much all we need to do to set this PS3 up. So let's circle back for just a minute. Well, that's it, folks. That's all there is to it. I hope you watching Beer Belly today helped you out and you're all set up and you're ready to go ruin other people's gameplay. That's all I can tell you. So Just remember, Beast likes to stream. He's on Twitter, he's on Twitch, he's on YouTube here. Make sure you check out the Facebook page if you're not already on there. And of course, Discord link. All these links will be down in the bottom. So, let me tell you something, folks. Just because you're hooked on phonics doesn't mean you're dumb. Do you get that? It doesn't mean you're dumb, people. So, you just keep on trucking, little buddy, and... Oh-wee! Pardon me again. I ain't even gonna lie, fellas. That was a shark. Ooh, smell just hit me. That was a shark. That is definitely gonna itch when it dries. So Beer Belly's gonna get going. I've got work to do. I gotta go get in the shower. Y'all have a good day.